There's this interesting thing that we're implying when we're saying going from positive infinity to the 0 point to negative infinity. When we're going from positive to the 0 point, things are kind of getting towards our scale that we're able to see from our vantage point that's equal. And beyond that, when you go into negative infinity, that value is increasing and going in the opposite direction. Negative infinity only really means something because we are that 0 point. I mean, after all, we're the ones having a conversation. Humans, I mean, by we. So, this is us. This is our 0 point. And why I brought up like small and large is because that's what a lot of this is about. It's about scaling, seeing things that are really big or really small, and beyond that, okay, what were we going to say? This is our limit, this is our boundary. I want us to also understand that things are just happening infinitely. So think about the concept of zero, that void, and then one, the concept of beginning. So because we have a beginning and we have an end, we see things as we are. So we see the universe as having a beginning and an end too. But it's just a bunch of different 0 points. Like the smallest thing that we've been able to find is the value at the Planck scale, which is roughly 1.65 times 10 to the negative 35 meters, and that's where you enter this quantum territory. What if you could get smaller than that? That's what our devices also allow for, right? Quick aside, based on this, let's maybe kind of think about what it's like to go from the universe as we see it and back to the beginning. We go to the universe's 0 point, and then what's going on beyond that? Do people even think that there's something outside of our universe before our universe, right? Would love to hear people's perspectives on this. And we have created these values. Even someone had commented that reality isn't truly infinite. It's got its constraints, which made me almost wonder, are numbers constraints? How do you go from scaling at this level to that level? So how is the level of levelness denoted, like figured out in the first place? How you go from one to the next step? When did one end and another begin? And I feel like that's the best way to describe Burnham as well, nested infinity. Like infinity means, things just going on until the end of time. I mean, even that. Like our language has a beginning and an end. Damn, look at our sentences even. We have the subject, predicate, subject, object. We have rules for a beginning and an end. Something to think about. So, yeah, coming back to the whole shell thing, like, expanding and going beyond, I completely agree. Reality is both discrete and continuous. I don't think that those two forces need to fight each other, but that is for another video. So just something to think about. That we do things for scaling and size because we are the 0 point. So should we want to explore, like from our perspective, what we're saying is positive infinity to 0 to negative infinity comes from us, but should we take on a completely different perspective, like let's say that of an ant, then maybe we've shifted the 0 point. So the greater universe coming back into the 0 point for us has now kind of moved over, and we are actually able to tap in more into that negative infinity space that was less possible if our 0 point was from the human perspective.